So when I thought about the theme, I gotta say I struggled a little bit. Sorry, not sorry. It took me a while to come up with something. My family were a bunch of people pleasers. We did everything we could possibly do to make everybody happy. And so it took me a while to dig into my archives, and I thought of my sister. And I'll own it, I was a brat growing up. I was a brat. I loved to give my sister a hard time. Now, when I grew up, I wasn't using sign language to communicate, even though I was deaf. I made it by trying to speech read everybody. I went to a school that focused on teaching me how to use my speech to communicate, and nobody in my family signed. But I loved giving my sister a hard time. And I would get my sister all riled up. She'd be super upset. And the more upset she got, the more I gave her a hard time, the more I teased her. And her face would get red, and she would start making faces at me. Of course, I thought this was hilarious at the time. And she would eventually just break and get super angry. But what I would do while we were arguing was close my eyes and cross my arms, because that would cut communication off. My sister was absolutely cut off because she knew I couldn't see her, and I was in no interest in attempting to understand her. I'm telling you, true brat growing up, let me tell you. And I did this through most of my childhood. Now, when I was about 14, I went to a pool event with a friend of mine who is also deaf. This was in Maryland and on a campground. We went every year. It was the big social event of the summer. And there was a big pool in the middle of the campground. And it was fun. We would go and we'd jump off the diving board every year. It was the same thing. Very routine, but just so much fun. One day, I jumped right off the diving board, but I forgot to look underneath, and I landed right on top of my friend. And of course, we both came up for air, and I immediately said I was so sorry. You know what my friend did? She closed her eyes, crossed her arms, and looked away. And I thought, I can't communicate with her. How am I supposed to argue? How am I supposed to apologize? How am I supposed to tell her I'm sorry? And it hit me like a brick. That's exactly what I did to my sister. And I really felt remorse. I looked back on all those years that I did the same thing to my sister. And ever since then, I have not done that to her. I've kept my eyes open during every argument since then. Thank you.